Okay, so once again, good day everyone. So our topic for today is also an important part of the MIS because this will be on how you'll be able to manage knowledge. No? So after this lesson, you will be able to answer the following questions. No? What is the role of knowledge management and knowledge management programs in business? What types of systems are used to enterprise-wide knowledge management and how do they provide value for businesses? What are the major types of knowledge work systems and how do they provide value of firms? And what are the business benefits of using intelligent techniques for knowledge management? Yes. Knowledge management and collaboration systems are among the fastest growing areas of corporate and government software investment. So the past decade has shown an explosive growth in research on knowledge and knowledge management in the economics, management, and of course in information system fields. Knowledge management and collaboration are closely related. No? Knowledge that cannot be communicated and shared with others is nearly useless because knowledge becomes useful and actionable when shared throughout the firm. Okay? To give us more details about the discussion, let us all welcome our presenter.
Good morning po. Managing knowledge po. The role of knowledge. There has been a surge of interest in knowledge management, and knowledge management system have become one of the fastest growing areas of corporate and government software investment. In this figure, U.S. enterprise knowledge management software revenues shows that the sale of enterprise content management software for knowledge management are expected to grow 35% annually through 2016, even though overall software sales are projected to grow only 6% annually during the same period. Yung ano po kasing yung figure, yung galing po yan sa eMarketer noong 2003. The past decades has likewise shown an explosive growth in research on knowledge and knowledge management in the economics, management and information system fields of Alavi and Leidner, 2001. Enterprises knowledge management software includes um, sales of content management and portal license, which have been growing at the rate of 35% annually, making it among the fastest growing software application. Yung ano po, nung ito po, describes the emergence of information economy and the digital firm in which the major source of wealth and prosperity is the production and distribution of information and knowledge, and how firms increasingly rely on digital technology to enable business processes. For example po yung itong sa US labor force, 37%. Ito pong ano, for example po yung 55% ng US it is labor force consists of knowledge and information workers, and 60% of gross domestic product o 45% po ng GDP ng United States comes from the knowledge and information sectors such as finance and publishing. Knowledge management has become an important theme at many large businesses firms as managers realize that much of their firms value depends on the firm's ability to create and manage knowledge. Studies have found that a substantial part of a firm stock market value is related to its intangible assets, of which knowledge is one important component, along with brand's reputation and unique business process. Important the important dimension of knowledge. There is an important distinct between of data, information, knowledge, and wisdom. Knowledge is a firm asset. The transform of data into useful information and knowledge requires organizational resources. Knowledge is not subject to the law of diminishing returns as are physical assets, but instead experience network effects, law of expanding returns, as its value increases as more people share it. Knowledge has different forms. Knowledge residing in the minds of employees that has not been documented is called tacit tacit knowledge, whereas knowledge that has been documented is called explicit knowledge. Knowledge involves knowing how to follow procedures. Knowledge involves knowing why, not simple when things happen, casualty. Knowledge has a location. Knowledge is generally believed to have a location, either in the minds of human or in specific business processes. Knowledge is a cognitive event, even a psychological, that takes place inside people's head, but it is also stored in libraries and records, shared in lectured and stored by firms in the form of business processes and employee know-how. Knowledge is sticky and not universally applicable or easy move. Knowledge is situational. Knowledge is thought to be situational and contextual. For example, you must know when to perform a procedure as well as how to perform it. Knowledge is conditional. Knowing when to apply a procedure is just as important as knowing the procedure. Knowledge is related to context or contextual. You must know how to use a certain tool and under what circumstances. To turn data into useful information, a firm must expend resource to organize data into categories of understanding, such as monthly, daily, regional, or store-based reports of total sales. To inform information into knowledge, a firm must expend additional resources to discover patterns, rules, and contexts where the knowledge works. Wisdom. Wisdom is thought to be collective and individual experience of applying knowledge to the solution of problems. Wisdom involves where, when, and how to apply knowledge. Knowing how to do effectively and efficiently in ways that other organizations cannot duplicate is a primary source of profit and competitive advantage that cannot be purchased easily by competitors in the marketplace. For example po, yung having a unique build-to-order production system. Having a unique build-to-order production system or customer relationship management system constitutes a form of knowledge and can be unique asset that other firms cannot copy easily. With knowledge, a firms can a firms become more efficient and effective in their use of scarce resources. Without knowledge, firms become less efficient and less effective in their use of resources and ultimately fail. Organizations differ in their abilities to apply knowledge, and firms that apply knowledge more efficiently than competitors are more successful. Organizational learning and knowledge management. Organizations create and gather knowledge using a variety of organizational learning mechanisms. Through collection of data, careful measures of planned activities, trial and error experiment, and feedback from customers and environment in general. Organizations gain experience. Organizations that learn then adjust their behavior to reflect that learning by creating new business processes and by changing patterns of management decision making. This process of change is called organizational learning. Arguably, organizations that can sense and respond to their environment rapidly will survive longer than organizations that have poor learning mechanisms. Knowledge management refers to a set of business processes developed in an organization to create, store, transfer, and apply data. Knowledge management is an enabler of organizational learning. Knowledge management increases the ability of the organization to learn from its environment and to incorporate knowledge into its business processes. In these slides illustrate the 5 value adding steps in the knowledge management value chain. Each stage in the value chain adds value to raw data and information as they are transformed into usable knowledge. In this figure, a line divides information system, activities, and related management and organizational activities, with information system activities on the top of the graphic and organizational and management activities. In this figure, the management organizational activities in lower half of the diagram represents the investment in organizational capital required to obtain substantial returns on the information technology investments, and system shows in the top on the half of the diagram. Knowledge management value chain. Organizational acquired knowledge in a number of ways depending on the type of knowledge they seek. The first knowledge management system sought to build corporate libraries of documents, reports, presentation, and best knowledge and best practices, and encourage employees to create documents based on their experience. These efforts have been extended to include unstructured documents such as email. In other cases, organizations acquire knowledge by developing online experts networks so that employees can find the expert in the company who has the knowledge in his or her head. Once they are discovered documents, patterns, and expert rules must be stored so they can be retrieved and used by employees. Knowledge storage generally involves the creation of database, document management system that digitize, index, and tag documents according to a coherent framework are large databases adept at storing collection of documents. Management must support the development of planned knowledge storage system, encourage the development of corporate-wide schemas for indexing documents and reward employees for taking the time to update and store documents properly. For instance, it would reward the sales force for submitting names of prospects to shared corporate database of prospects, where all the sales personnel can identify each prospects and review the stored knowledge. Knowledge dissemination. Portals, emails, instant messaging, and search engine technology have resulted in an explosion of knowledge and information dissemination. These technologies have added to an existing array of groupware technologies and office system for sharing calendars, documents, data, and graphics. Hmm. Training programs, informal networks, and shared management experience communicated through a support culture help managers focus their attention on the important knowledge and information. Knowledge application. Regardless of what type of knowledge management system is involved, knowledge that is not shared and applied to the practical problems facing firms and managers does not add business value. To provide a return on investment, organizational knowledge must become a systematic part of management decision making and become situated in existing and new decision support system. Mm. Management supports this process by creating based on new knowledge, new business practices, new products and services, and new markets for firms. More important, management helps to create a cultural environment where decisions and processes are based on informed knowledge, not guesswork. Organizational roles and responsibilities. Knowledge management is as much about building organizational and management capital as it is about technology. The role of managers is to develop a knowledge culture where the acquisition, discovery, and application of knowledge are esteemed and rewarded. Managers can also help by developing new organizational rules and responsibilities for the acquisition of knowledge, including the creation of chief knowledge officer, executive positions, dedicated staff positions, or knowledge management. The chief knowledge officer executives is a senior executive who is responsible for the firm's knowledge management program. The chief knowledge officer helps design programs and systems to find new sources of knowledge or to make better use of existing knowledge in organizational and management processes. Communities of practices or COPs are informal social networks of professional and employees within and outside the firms who have similar work-related activities and interests. The activities of these communities include self and group education, conference, online letters, and day-to-day sharing of experiences and techniques to solve specific work problems. The three major types of knowledge management system. Enterprise knowledge management system are general purpose firms' efforts to collect, store, distribute, and apply digital content and knowledge. Such systems provide database and tools for organizing and storing structured and unstructured documents and other knowledge objects, directories and tools for locating employees with expertise in a particular area, and increasingly web-based tools for collaboration and communication. Knowledge work system, specialized system for built for engineers, scientists, other knowledge workers charged with discovering and creating new knowledge. Um, Knowledge work system, specialized workstation and systems that enable scientists, engineers, and other knowledge workers to create and discover new knowledge. Intelligent techniques, diverse group of techniques such as data mining used for various goals, discovering knowledge, distilling knowledge, discovering of optimal solutions. Intelligent techniques, tools for discovering patterns and applying knowledge to discrete decision and knowledge domains. Three major types of knowledge in enterprise. One is structured documents. Structured knowledge is explicit knowledge that exists in formal documents as well as formal rules that organizations derive by observing experts and their decision making. Structured knowledge systems perform the function of implementing the coding schema, interfacing with corporate databases where the documents are stored, and creating an enterprise portal environment for employees to use when searching for corporate knowledge. Second is semi-structured documents. Semi-structured information is all the digital information in a firm that does not exist in a formal documents or formal reports that was written by a designated authors. Third is unstructured or tacit knowledge. It has been estimated that at least 80% of an organization's business content is unstructured or information in folder, message, memos, proposals, emails, graphics, electronic slides presentation, and even videos created in different formats and stored in many locations. In many cases, firms have no idea what semi-structured content has been created, where is stored, or who is responsible for it. Enterprise content management systems. They include capabilities for storing both structured and unstructured data, tools for locating expertise within the firms, and capabilities for obtaining data and information from key transaction systems, such as enterprise application and from web websites. They also include supporting technologies such as portals, um, search engines, and collaboration tools, including emails, instant messaging, and groupware, to help employees search the corporate knowledge base, communicate and collaborate with other insides and outside the firms, and apply the stored knowledge to new situations. System for managing employee learning are emerging as another support technology for enterprise-wide knowledge management. Enterprise knowledge content management system. Key problem is developing taxonomy. A taxonomy is a scheme for classifying information and knowledge in such a way that it can be easily accessed. A taxonomy is like a table of contents in a book, or like the Library of Congress system for classifying books and periodicals according to subject matter and author. A business firm can access information much more easily if it devises its own taxonomy for classifying information into logical categories. The more relevant are the search results produced by search engines. Once a knowledge taxonomy is produced, documents are all tagged with the proper classification. Learning management systems, or LMS. A learning management system provides tools for the management, delivery, tracking, and assessment of various types of employee learning training. The first learning management system primarily automated record keeping in instructor-led training. These systems have been enhanced to support multiple modes of learning, including CD-ROM, downloadable videos, web-based classes, live instruction in classes or online, and group learning in online forums and chat sessions. The LMS consolidates mixed media training, automates the selection and administration of courses, assembles and delivers learning content, and measure learning effectiveness. Knowledge work system. The enterprise wide knowledge system we have just described provide a wide range of capabilities that can be used by many, if not all, the workers and groups in an organization. Firms also a specialized system for knowledge workers to help them create new knowledge for the firm. Knowledge workers include researchers, designers, architects, scientists, and engineers who primarily create knowledge and information for the organization. Knowledge workers perform three key roles that are critical to the organization and to the managers who work within the organization. First is keeping the organization current in knowledge as it develops in the external world, in technology, science, social thoughts, and the arts. Second, serving as internal consultants regarding the areas of their knowledge, the changes taking place, and opportunities. Third is acting as change agents, evaluating, initiating, and promoting change projects. Requirements of knowledge work system. Knowledge work system have characteristics that reflects the special needs of knowledge workers. First, knowledge work system must give knowledge workers the specialized tools they need, such as powerful graphics, analytic tools, and communications and document management tools. This system require great computing power to handle the sophisticated graphics or complex calculation necessary for such knowledge workers as a specific researchers, product designers, and financial analysis. User-friendly interface is very important to a knowledge worker system. User-friendly interfaces save times by enabling the user to perform needed tasks and get the required information without having to spend a lot of time learning how to use the computers. In this figure, saving time is more important for knowledge workers than for most other employees because knowledge workers are highly paid. Wasting a knowledge worker's time is simply too expensive, and knowledge workers can easily fall prey to information overload. knowledge work systems required strong links to external to external knowledge bases in addition to specialized hardware and software. Examples of knowledge work system, CAD or computer aided designs. CAD automates the creation and revision of designs using softwares and sophisticated graphics. CAD softwares to provide designs, specifications for the tooling and manufacturing processes also saves a great deal of time and money while producing a manufacturing process with far fewer problems. Next examples, virtual reality systems. Virtual reality systems have visualization, rendering, and simulation capabilities that go far beyond those of conventional CAD system. They use interactive graphics software to create computer-generated simulations that are so close to reality that users almost believe they are participating in a real-world situation. Next is investment workstation. The financial industry is using specialized investment workstation to leverage the knowledge and time of its broker, traders, and portfolio managers. By providing one-stop information faster and with fewer errors, the workstations streamline the entire investment process from stock selection to updating client record. Intelligent techniques. Um, Artificial intelligence and database records provide a number of intelligent techniques that organizations can use to capture individual and collective knowledge and to extend their knowledge bases. New expert system, case-based reasoning, and fuzzy logic are used for capturing tacit knowledge. They can discover underlying patterns, categories, and behavior in large data set that could be discovered by manager alone or simply through experience. Intelligent agents can automate routine tasks to help firms search for and filter information for use in electronic commerce, supply chain management, and other activities. Expert system lacks the breadth of knowledge and the understanding of fundamental principles of a human expert. They typically perform very limited tasks that can be performed by professionals. Today, expert systems are widely used in business in discrete, highly structured decision-making situations. Um, this figure, how expert system works. Human knowledge must be modeled or represented in a way that computer can process. The model of human knowledge used by expert system is called the knowledge base. A standard programming construct is the if-then construct in which a condition evaluated is evaluated. Ito pong figure, a series of these rules can be knowledge-based. A software program can, one expert system may have 200 to 10,000 of these rules, which are more interconnected and nested than a traditional software program. The rules are interconnected. The number of outcome is known in advance and limited. There are multiple paths to the same outcome and the system can consider multiple rules at a single time. Um, how system works, the strategy to use through the rules base is called interference engine. Um, Two strategies are commonly used: forward chaining and backward chaining. In forward chaining, the interference engine begins with the information entered by the user and searchers the rule base to arrive at a conclusion. The strategy is to fire or carry out the action of the rule when a condition is true. In backward chaining, the strategy for searching the rule base starts with the hypothesis and proceeds by asking the user questions about selected facts until the hypothesis either confirm or disapprove. CBR describes of past experience of human specialists represented as cases are stored in a database for later retrieval when the user encounters a new case with similar parameters. The successful solutions are tagged to the new case and both are stored together with the other cases in the knowledge base. Unsuccessful solutions are also appended to the case data to the case database along with the explanations as to why the solutions did not work. In this figure represents knowledge as a database of past cases is their solutions. The system uses 6 steps process to generate solutions to new problems encountered by the users. Um, the system suggested a solution or diagnose based on the best matching retrieved case. Fuzzy logic system. Fuzzy logic is a rule-based technology that can represent such imprecision by creating rules that use approximate or subjective values. It can describe a particular phenomenon or process linguistically and then represent that description in a small number of flexible rules. Ito po yung example lang po to ng fuzzy logic. The way fuzzy logic would represent various temperatures in a computer application control room. In this figure, cool is between 50 degrees and 70 degrees, although the temperature is most clearly cool between 60 degrees and 67 degrees. The computer would combine the membership function, reading in a weighted manner, and using all the rules, raise and lower the temperature and humidity. Neural networks are used for modeling complex, poorly understood problems for which large amount of data have been collected. They are especially useful for finding patterns and relationship in massive amounts of data that would be complicated and difficult for a human being to analyze. The learn patterns from large quantities of data by sifting through data, searching for relationship building models, and correcting over and over again the model's own mistake. The humans train network by feeding it as a set of data inputs produce a known set of outputs conclusion. This can also use medicine for screening patient for coronary artery disease for diagnosing patient with epilepsy and Alzheimer's disease. This slides learns from pattern in data construct a hidden layer of knowledge. The hidden layer then process inputs classifying them based on the experience of the model. The expert system is highly specific to a given problem and cannot be retrained easily. Genetic algorithms, also referred to as adaptive computations, are used for finding the optimal solution for a specific problem by examining a large number of possible solutions for that problem. Their problem-solving techniques are conceptually based on the method that living organisms are used to adapt to their environments or the process of evolution. In this slide, the genetic algorithm works by representing information as a string of zeros and ones. Each string corresponds to one of the variables in the problem. One applies to the test for fitness, ranking the string in the population according to their level of desirability as possible outcomes. The process continues until the solution is reached. Intelligent agents are software programs that work in the background without direct human intervention to carry out specific, repetitive, and predictable tasks for the individual users based business process or software application. For example, delete junk email, schedule appointments, or travel over interconnected networks to find the cheapest airfare to China. The agent can be linked to a personal digital assistant collaborating with the user in the same environment. There are many intelligent applications today in operating system, application software, email systems, mobile computing software, and network tools. For example po yung Wizard, yung nasa Microsoft Office software tools have built-in capabilities to show users how to accomplish various tasks such as formatting documents or creating graphs and to anticipate when users need assistance. Genetic algorithms, fuzzy logic, neural networks, and expert system can be integrated into a single application to take advantage of the best features of these technologies. Such systems are called hybrid AI systems. Hybrid application in business are growing. For example, yung Matsushita NeuroFuzzy washing machine that combines fuzzy logic with neural networks. Matsushita has developed a NeuroFuzzy washing machine that combines fuzzy with neural networks. Nikko Securities has been working on a fuzzy system to forecast convertible bond ratings. Hanggang doon lang po, sir.
Okay, so thank you very much for our presenter, no? So as what our presenter discussed, no? I just want to reiterate, no, about the intelligent techniques. So since we are in the field of IT, no, artificial intelligence and database technology provide a number of intelligent techniques that organizations can use to capture individual and collective knowledge and extend their knowledge base. Expert systems, case-based reasoning, and puzzle logic are used for capturing tacit knowledge. Neural networks and data mining are used for knowledge discovery. And they can discover underlying patterns, categories, and behaviors in large data set that could not be discovered by managers alone or simply through experience. Genetic algorithms are used for generating solutions to problems that are too large and complex for human beings to analyze on their own. So intelligent agents can automate routine tasks to help firms search for and filter information for use in electronic commerce, supply chain management, and other activities. Now, the data mining, which help organizations capture undiscovered knowledge residing in large databases, providing managers with new insights for improving business performance. it has become an important tool for management decision making, and we provide a detailed discussions actually and in data mining for management decision and support. The other intelligent techniques, no, are based on artificial intelligence technology, no, which consists of computer-based system, both hardware and software, that attempt to emulate human behavior. Such system would be able to learn languages, no, accomplish physical tasks, use a perceptual apparatus, and emulate human expertise in decision making. Although AI applications do not exhibit the breadth, complexity, originality, and generality of human intelligence, but they play an important role in contemporary knowledge management. Now, so in capturing knowledge when it comes to expert system, because an expert systems are an intelligent technique for capturing tacit knowledge, as I mentioned earlier, in a very specific and limited domain of human expertise. These systems capture the knowledge of skilled employees in the form of a set of rules in a software system that can be used by others in the organizations. And the set of rules in the expert system adds to the memory or stored learning of the firm. Expert system lack the breadth of knowledge and understanding of fundamental principle of human expert. They typically perform very limited tasks that can be performed by professionals in a few minutes or hours, such as diagnosing a malfunctioning machine or determining whether to grant credit for a loan. Problems that cannot be solved by human expert in the same short period of time are far too difficult for an expert system. However, by capturing human expertise in limited areas, expert system can provide benefits, helping organizations make high-quality decisions with fewer people. And today, expert systems are widely used in business in discrete, highly structured decision-making situations. And I think you are familiar with the inference engine, no? The strategy used to search through the knowledge base, no? And the two strategies are commonly used: forward chaining and backward chaining. Now, a while ago, I've mentioned about genetic algorithms. No? Genetic algorithms are useful for finding the optimal solutions for a specific problem by examining a very large number of possible solutions for that problem. They are based on techniques inspired by evolutionary biology, such as inheritance, mutations, selections, and crossover or recombinations. A genetic algorithm works by representing information as a string of zeros and ones, right? And the genetic algorithm searches a population of randomly generated strings of binary digits to identify the right string, representing the best possible of binary digits to identify the right and best possible solution for the problem. A solution, alter and combine, the worst ones are discarded and the better ones survive to go on to produce even better solutions. And that is the genetic algorithm. As what this also mentioned by our presenter earlier. The hybrid AI systems, no? Like genetic algorithms, fuzzy logic, neural networks, and expert system can be integrated into a single application to take advantage of the best features of these technologies. No? So all of those four are a combinations of a hybrid AI systems. Hybrid applications in business are growing. Actually, in Japan, no, Hitachi, Mitsubishi, Reiko, Sanyo, and others are starting incorporating hybrid AI in products such as home appliances, factory machinery, and office equipment. Okay. The intelligent agent technology helps business navigate through large amount of data to locate and act on information that is considered important. Intelligent agent are software programs that works in the background without direct human intervention to carry out a specific, repetitive, and predictable task for an individual user, business process, or software application. The agent uses a limited built-in or learned knowledge base to accomplish tasks or make decisions on the user's behalf, such as deleting junk email, scheduling appointments, or traveling over interconnected networks to find the cheapest airfare, for example, in US. There are many intelligent agent applications today in operating systems, application softwares, email systems, mobile computing softwares, and network tools. Let's say, for example, the wizard bounds in Microsoft Office software tools have built-in capabilities to show user how to accomplish various tasks, such as formatting documents or creating graphs, and to anticipate when users need assistance. So of special interest to business are intelligent agents for cruising networks, including the internet, in search of information. Okay. Many complex phenomena can be modeled as a system of autonomous agents that follow relatively simple rules of interaction. The agent-based modeling applications have been developed to model the behavior of consumers, stock markets, and supply chains, and to predict the spread of epidemics. Actually, you are familiar with Procter & Gamble. No? They use actually agent-based modeling to improve coordination among different members of its supply chains in response to changing business conditions. It modeled a complex supply chain as a group of semi-autonomous agents representing individual supply chain components such as trucks, production facilities, distributors, and retail stores. Okay? So the behavior of each agent is to program to follow rules that mimic actual behavior, such as order an item when it is out of stock, simultaneously using the agent able to company perform what if analysis on inventory levels in store, stock outs, and transportation cost. So using intelligent agent models, no, the Procter & Gamble discovered that trucks should often be dispatched before being fully loaded. Although transportation costs would be higher using partially loaded trucks, the simulation showed that retail stock out would occur less often, thus reducing the amount of lost sales, which would more than make up for the higher distribution cost. Okay? And agent-based modeling has saved, imagine, in Procter & Gamble, saved 300 million US dollar annually on an investment of less than 1% of that amount. Okay? So a while ago, before our presenter started, I throw 4 questions. Number 1, what is the role of knowledge management and knowledge management program in business? Again, knowledge management is a set of processes to create, store, transfer, and apply knowledge in the organization. Much of a firm's value depends on its ability to create and manage knowledge. On the other hand, knowledge management promotes organizational learning by increasing the ability of the organizations to learn from its environment and to incorporate knowledge into its business processes. There are 3 major types of knowledge management system: enterprise-wide knowledge management systems, knowledge work systems, and intelligent techniques. Question number 2. What types of system are used for enterprise-wide knowledge management, and how do they provide value for businesses? Enterprise-wide knowledge management system are firm-wide efforts to collect, store, distribute, and apply digital content and knowledge. Enterprise content management system provide databases and tools for organizing and storing structured documents, and tools for organizing and storing semi-structured knowledge, such as email or rich media. Knowledge network system provide directories and tools for locating firm employees with special expertise who are important sources of tacit knowledge. Often, this system include group collaboration tools, including wikis and social bookmarking, portals to simplify information access, search tools, and tools of classification information based on taxonomy that is appropriate for the organization. Enterprise-wide knowledge management system can provide considerable value if they are well designed and enable employees to locate, share, and use knowledge more efficiently. Question number 3. What are the major types of knowledge work system and how do they provide value for firms? Knowledge work systems support the creation of new knowledge and its integration into the organization. The knowledge work system requires easy access to an external knowledge base, powerful computer hardware that can support software with intensive graphics, analysis, document management, and communications capabilities, and a user-friendly interface, of course. Computer-aided design or CAD systems, augmented reality applications, and virtual reality systems, which create interactive simulations that behave like the real world, require graphics and powerful modeling capabilities. Knowledge work system for financial professional provide access to external databases and the ability to analyze massive amounts of financial data very quickly. And question number 4, what are the business benefits of using intelligent techniques for knowledge management? Again, artificial intelligence lacks the flexibility, breadth, and generality of human intelligence, but it can be used to capture, codify, and extend organizational knowledge. Expert system capture tacit knowledge from a limited domain of human expertise and express that knowledge in the form of rules. Expert systems are most useful for problems of classification or diagnosis. Case-based reasoning represents organizational knowledge as a database of cases that can be continually expanded and refined. The fuzzy logic or fuzzy logic is a software technology for expressing knowledge in the form of rules that use approximate or subjective values. Fuzzy logic has been used for controlling physical devices and is starting to be used for limited decision-making applications. Neural network consists of hardware and software that attempt to mimic the thought processes of the human brain. The neural networks are notable for the ability to learn without programming and to recognize patterns that cannot be easily described by humans. They are being used in science, medicine, and business to discriminate patterns in massive amounts of data. The genetic algorithms develop solutions to particular problems using genetically based processes such as fitness, crossover, and mutations. Genetic algorithms are beginning to be applied to problems involving optimization, product design, and monitoring. Industrial system where many alternatives or variables must be evaluated to generate an optimal solutions. Intelligent agents are software programs with built-in or learned knowledge bases that can carry out specific, repetitive, and predictable tasks for an individual users. Business process or software applications. Intelligent agents can be programmed to navigate through large amount of data to locate useful information and in some cases act on that information on behalf of the user. So I think that's it for this management knowledge.